What's up, guys? It is Thanksgiving afternoon or evening for you guys in the US, so happy Thanksgiving to you guys and welcome to the stream. I thought I'd jump on a bit earlier today because I won't be here for the next the next few hours when around the time that I usually stream. So I thought I'd pop on a bit earlier just to sort of give you guys an update on what I think and what things are doing. It seems like Bitcoin's gone a bit flat. It's, that's kind of expected. There's no, the stock exchange isn't opened at the moment because of the holiday. And yeah, no activity there. So not a great deal of influence on price, so things have gone a bit quiet. But just tracking where we were yesterday, so we were looking at this falling wedge kind of structure here, which resulted in a nice little kick up. We managed to get up to 16,800, which is pretty decent little rally off the back of that falling wedge, but resistance was met at that previous point here on the chart. So all right, sorry about that. Bit of an interruption. That's the thing with live streams, you can't edit out any kind of unplanned events. So back to it. So yeah, this high here, we pulled that in back on the 19th of November. I'm I currently have my chart on New York time. I'll just leave it like that. That's fine. So yeah, coming back up to meet that high has been a decent point to open a short, I would say. Like, when you find that price, guns back toward a line of previous resistance, that's it's a good opportunity, I think. And it's the same on the support side, like as proven back here. We had this low set in, and then we pushed toward that price zone a second time just recently. We got a little bit below that, so there's a bit of a liquidity grab, I guess you could say, and subsequently rallied up after that. So we seem to be stuck in a bit of a range. Let me just draw a bit of a, well, you can see it. I don't really need to draw a rectangle around it, but at the moment it seems to be something like that. Let's change the color. And now the top of that range is interesting because like this first candle here, or this first wick, came down and found support at that level, which is 17,200. So we got another test of that level here. And then subsequently after that, like, we've been hitting our price has been finding a ceiling a bit lower than that, so below the 17, or that was on the 17K line rather, and then we've had these. So it's like this ceiling is slowly dropping. So we started up here, 17.2, come down to 17, and now we're dealing with like a 16.8 ceiling. So does that mean we get a 16.6 ceiling next? I don't know. It's the point is, like, we're definitely squeezing down into some kind of consolidation here. Like it's the volatility's come right down. So just moving forward into like the next, say 24 hours, I see not only did we have this rising wedge here, but we're also dealing with a bit of a larger trend line as well, which is also kind of bearish because it's a rising trend line, it's a rising structure. So if I bring that line up a bit further, and we take this line and bring that up as well, you should be able to see another larger wedge at play. So, if we find support, I think it's going to happen around here, which is 16,500. And if we do hold that and we don't fall out of this rising wedge at this stage, then perhaps we get a rally that takes us up to that old ceiling here. A retest perhaps of that 16,200. That could happen. Maybe we get some wicks through there, and then maybe the rejection, and then perhaps falling out of that rising wedge before maybe finding support on this trend. So this trend line here was part of that larger pennant formation that we had going on, which we re-entered. So we dipped out of it, created an inverse head and shoulders, and then you can see we found support on that pennant again, as well as resistance here. We had a pretty, like a bit of a dirty retest of that support, and it looked like it might have been breaking out, but yeah, we're back inside it now. There's another clean test of that resistance there. So yeah, I'm gonna leave all these trend lines up just to give us a bit more of a perspective on how it's happening, how it's playing out. Yeah, I'm gonna delete maybe this one. I'm just gonna clean it up a little. but I think this one should probably stay there. It just helps with just remembering where we came from, I suppose. As far as the oscillator goes, like, so RSI and this cipher indicator here, there is, bearish divergence, which I think we're dealing with at the moment. This is why we're pulling back. And that has confluence as well with the rising wedge, two bearish implications there. So, a lower high on RSI, but a higher high on the price. So bearish divergence, which is seen here as well on the cipher indicator with this line. There was a big old sell signal here. We're out on the hourly chart, pretty much in this little cluster here. So whoever's riding a short from that zone, you're in a pretty nice position here, which, it may drop out of this structure moving forward, but yeah, play it safe. Have your stop losses set, as always. It's always a good idea to have a stop loss if you're trading. If you're investing, or if you're doing a larger swing trade, like what I'm doing, then a stop loss isn't as necessary, I would say. Yeah, it definitely depends on the strategy, like the approach you take with how you're trading or investing in the market, as to, like, whether you're dollar cost averaging, or whether you're setting a tight stop loss, or a reasonable stop loss, and shuffling around the chart. So yeah, for anyone trading, yeah, we're still in a downtrend. It hasn't broken the macro structure yet. If we start getting highs outside of this box here, this rectangle, then maybe that's where you could be looking for potential longs rather than going short. If we hold support, this is another thing to look out for. I'll just do a Fibonacci retracement on this structure here. So taking the low, the yearly low, seemingly, and then tracing it up to the recent high that we pulled in. You can see we've still got the 382, the 0.5, and the 618 to catch us and provide support. If we are to fall out of this rising channel, this rising wedge. So let me catch up with a couple of these comments on the chat. So we've got first comment by Juan. I'm bearish on Bitcoin, just waiting for it to dip more. Yeah. Well, I think that's reasonable. Short term, I don't blame anyone for being bearish still, because we're pulling in lower highs. But yeah, I think it'll be more telling once we find that support and start to trend up again. Obviously, of where if we're gonna have any chance at breaking the structure that we're in. But yeah, definitely a downtrend structure on this smaller time frame, the 1 hour chart. Let me just hide all this for a second and go out to let's say the daily. Just wanting to see where the open and closes of each of these candles have been. So there's only like about 2 hours left of this candle here, this daily candle. Yesterday I was talking about a possible 3 green soldiers, but yeah, that's not looking likely anymore. Today has been pretty stagnant. We're almost 0.5% back down again off that high, but yeah, we've still got the chance to continue this rally. This could just be like the first pullback of an Elliott wave structure. So if we call this like impulse 1, this could be the ABC correction that we're currently doing. before doing a third impulsive move up. But yeah, there's many different counts I'm sure you could do for Elliott wave in this, but let me see. What's the 10-day candle look like, Rick? I don't have I can't do 10-day candles, sorry. Not until I pay for TradingView can I do any custom timeframes. Yep, downward trending. So where do we buy is the question. Well, it depends like how long you're going to hold it for. Like if you're going to hold it for 12 months, then yeah, this is a pretty cool place to buy, I think. And if it dips again, buy more, you know, not financial advice, but that's one way to approach like an investment style play. We're definitely, as far as oscillators and price history of Bitcoin goes, this is an amazing time to start averaging in. There's no question about it. You know, there's many indicators that say, you know, that we've even hit the bottom, like the pi cycle indicator, which has been accurate pretty much up until this point. It called a bottom in at around, I think it was like somewhere late July or even early July, mid-July. And yeah, we've pushed below that point, which has never happened before on Bitcoin. I know that we pushed through the pi cycle top in the previous cycle, or part of the cycle here, so the all-time high. And yeah, maybe that's like just the way things have been happening at the moment. Like it's prices being manipulated beyond what the technical charts are suggesting. So it's kind of moving a little bit unnaturally as far as technical analysis is concerned. You know, so many black swan events over the past, you know, like 9 months. So we had, you know, the lunar collapse, the Celsius collapse, or vice versa. I can't remember which is which there. And then recently FTX. The breakout of the Russia-Ukraine situation. Right here, all through here, like very choppy and uncertain of where the hell the market's going. And then, yeah, obviously, I think the Fed started doing interest rate hikes around this area, like these areas here. Actually, no, it was in the new year, I'm pretty sure. Let me check that. We'll just go to the Forex Factory calendar here. And if we get the rate hike figures, won't be a moment. All right, so we just got to find funds rate. Okay, so you can see here all of 2021 was like less than 0.25% interest rate, and then we got a bump up. It went up by 0.25% on the 16th of March. So if we go back here, that's when they started, you know, the quantitative tightening, QT. Was it 16th of March, did I say? Yeah, March 16. So let's get a line on that. So we had already started correcting quite heavy off the all-time high. But March 16, so that was around about here. And it seems like markets really didn't flinch much off that first increase. But it was the subsequent May, June, July, like that we saw, you know, markets start to take a hit. So yeah, mainly after, say, this level. So after 40K is when we started, like, you know, feeling that downturn. But yeah, it seemed like it was coupled with these events. Surprise, surprise, the economy's tightening up, and all of the scammy kind of projects, or the ones that weren't operating like in a sound manner, I suppose you could say, started to be revealed. So let me just double check the timeline there. So the Terra Luna collapse. What was the date for that? Collapse on crypto, the 7th of May. Yeah, so this was Luna back here. That a title, and then we've got, pretty sure Celsius happened here. Celsius network. Or if that's how you spell it. Yeah, that's it. Celsius crypto crash. 12th of June, apparently. Yeah, right there. So just before that really nasty candle happened. So roughly here. And then of course we had the what's this one? This was the 7th of May. Yeah, right here. Just like there. And then we had the old FTX bombshell. So what I might do is put all these on a layer, and just so I don't have to keep drawing them out, because I think I drew these out a couple of weeks ago, but at least these two. This, and then our beautiful arrows. And we'll group those together, and we'll say black swans. Turn them on and off. Cool. All right, let's get rid of the levels as well, just because it's a bit distracting. Falling wedge can stay in there. I'll delete this fib. So what other factors have we had? I think the whole, where are we, February? Yeah, the whole the Ukraine deal, Russia invading Ukraine, happened somewhere in this area. I think it was February the 28th or something like that. Yeah, maybe later. But anyway, are we going to get another collapse of something big? Like, there is the fear of Grayscale or Genesis going under as well, which could create another leg down. And then maybe that's what brings us to, the 14K or 10K level. Just like another rally down. Or not down, but not a rally rather, but a drawdown. All right, well, that's pretty much it for the macro view. Let's go back in to like the 15-minute. Let's see what's happening on the short time frame. It's cool to see everything hot, like so far we're sort of holding ground. We haven't really crashed as such, which is a good thing for the bulls. Or I think I feel like there is still a chance we could be looking at a complete recovery of this FTX collapse in the coming weeks, or if not days. That's just a hunch. I am optimistic, and I do have a bias because I do have a long position that I'm building as well. So complete transparency there. Gonna have that bias, but yeah. Just keeping an eye on my cat. She looks like she's got a really bad hangover. Poor thing. All right. Yeah, as far as like the next, say, 12 hours goes, we may not get any like serious movement until the market, the stock exchange opens back up. Let me get a SPY chart open. The S&P. By the way, guys, does it sound better if I bring the mic like closer? Is that all right? Like, I am sitting in a massive room that's like kind of empty. So there might be a little bit of echo, but yeah, hopefully that's not too bad audio wise. So let's see, what was I going to do? The S&P stocks. There we go. And I just want to get the market timing. So we're currently in holiday mode. Market is currently on holiday. Lucky them. It'll be open for pre-market in about 11 hours, 10 hours 45. So maybe that's when we start seeing movement on Bitcoin again, just as we'll have some kind of influence of or sentiment drawn off the S&P chart. Now, another important thing to keep track of is this trend line on the S&P that I was talking about yesterday. So touch, second touch, third touch, and then maybe we're up for a fourth test of that trend line. And, very possible to get rejection off it. But hey, there's probably going to be some pretty interesting and exciting developments come mid-December. So keep your eyes out for that, because we've got the CPI data released and also the FOMC statements around funding, the interest rates. So yeah, that could be a catalyst for some bullish activity, some recovery. I just wanted to make sure that my microphone on my webcam wasn't coming through. Because when I turned my microphone off to say things that I don't want, casting across the stream, geez, that would be embarrassing. But anyway, it's all good. I think it's all safe. Not that it's, we've only got 16 people watching. That's not too bad. I trust you guys. Dude, dude says, dude, I don't know why, but I always pictured you to have long hair since I've listened in the whole 2021 Thames channel era when you'd come on. Yeah, well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, dude, but I don't have long hair. Maybe I could grow it out. Figured he would wear a lab coat and have a drinking problem while going on adventures with his grandson. Yeah. Good old Rick and Morty. Yeah, that's all good. I know you didn't hear anything. It was nothing sus. It was just, my cat. She's not having a good time. Let me show you my cat. 1 second. Oh, my mic wasn't on. This is Cherry. She hasn't been feeling the best. I think she ate a bug or something. She's been, a bit out of sorts. Feeling sorry for herself, hiding behind the curtain over there. But, I think she'll be okay, won't you? She's a good little cat. She's an American short hair, by the way. If you're wondering about the breed. Good girl. He's a big fan of Dogecoin. Anyway, I'll let her go. She's probably hating it. All right. Turn this up a little. That might be a bit better. Yeah. So, what are we? We're on the 4-hour chart. Let me go to the daily. So, yeah, maybe the brief trading window we have tomorrow on Friday is gonna give us this rally that takes us up and to test the top, before the weekend's out. But I don't know, that's pretty ambitious. That'd be a very strong day of performance to try and get that test over and done with before next week. Because, as we don't have any trading happening today, and it's a half day tomorrow, I believe. So, yeah, if we hit resistance here, and then rally back down, it'll be interesting to see where the support is found off that. But hey, I don't know. Maybe we break it. It's just a very awkward time, I think. Because we're waiting for this this next CPI release. Yeah. I would have thought that it would more like line up with that. So that's roughly around here, right? Mid-December. So yeah, maybe we do like meet a bit more resistance and buy more time before coming up and testing it on the CPI data release. And then if it's positive, maybe that's what causes the break of this trend finally. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Old Foster's Lager. I've never had one because they don't sell them in Australia. Which is really crazy because that's where they're from initially. Let's have a look at Dogecoin before I wrap it up. I'm probably going to wrap the stream up pretty shortly. Not a whole lot's happening. Bitcoin, ooh, the last 15-minute candle, the last two 15-minute candles have been positive, so that's cool. This might be the start of something. We're working our way towards a bit of an apex here too. So something's got to give. Is it going to be this resistance line? You know, this trend here that breaks? Or are we going to get a break of the bigger rising wedge here? We've already broken the smaller rising wedge to the expected downside. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we do get a breakout. Because it seems to be, we're getting like higher lows here. So we've got a low here and a low here. So maybe just maybe we get a break before getting rejected by 17,000 and then breaking down again. Yeah, this is interesting. More interesting than yesterday, to be honest, because we're squeezing and we're approaching a pretty critical time here with this apex. So keep your eyes on that. By the time that I come and stream next, we'll have our answer as to what happened. So just be careful, play it with a stop loss if you're trying to catch the breakout, whether it's up or down, whether you're going long or short. So what was I going to talk about? Dogecoin. Okay, Doge. Let's go down to the 1 hour chart. Yeah, it seems like it's very similar. It's just waiting, I would say, on Bitcoin to make its move before it, you know, has a go at going up as well or down. But yeah, 8 cents. It's a good start. You know, the fact that we came all the way back down to almost to 7. Well, not quite. It's like 7.2 or 7,150. It's a nice little bounce. I bet you this bounce is probably even, yeah, like no doubt it's going to be higher in performance than Bitcoin. So 18.2% from the dip to the tip. And then with Bitcoin, it's, oops, wrong tool. We're measuring in 8. So it's pulling in like a you know, a further 10% on top. So yeah, trading Dogecoin's pretty profitable. If you catch the right moves, obviously, you know, it moves a lot faster than Bitcoin. And, you know, Ethereum, of course, is going to move faster than Bitcoin too. I think pretty much everything moves faster. But that's one thing I'll do before I wrap it up is check out Ethereum as well. Let's just use like the Bitstamp chart. So interestingly, on the macro perspective, it's bouncing off this wedge got like a bit of a wedge happening here. This 1420 is the previous all-time high, the one before the the 2021 high. It happened in I think it happened in 2018, whereas the Bitcoin one happened in 2017, like the back end of 2017. All right, so the alts rallied a bit after Bitcoin already started crashing. But yeah, I don't think we'll see $1,000 Ethereum anytime soon. I think something pretty dramatic would have to come out of the woodwork for Ethereum to like lose this this trend here. Maybe another string of bad news, like if the Grayscale or Genesis thing came to fruition, maybe that's where we'd see Ethereum go back to 1,000 or below. But for now, yeah, we're holding that support structure. One concerning thing is that from this view, we've dropped into this pattern, this pennant, right? And that is a textbook bearish structure. So the expected move is down off that. To what target? Who knows? Like, it's pretty hard to sort of say with any certainty of where that's going to pull up. We do have a pretty extreme pivot point right here on Ethereum from back in 2018 in May. So that was, I'll give you a price to where that what that pivot is. Let's draw a horizontal. $832. So I might even put a line there permanently just to sort of show that. Make it blue. All right. So pretty serious pivot here, the all-time high, and then we had this other pivot in May of 2018. Now the rally, the 2019 rally that Bitcoin went to 14K, Ethereum only made it up to $364. So that is another pivot point. Maybe I'll mark that on the chart too. But yeah, I don't think that Ethereum's going to go down that low. But hey, we've got the supports drawn out on the chart just in case. There are some other highs here that could be noteworthy. So that's like 410 roughly. But yeah, that's there's then you really like sort of like just looking at every pivot here, and then you have lines everywhere basically. But I'm just trying to like really pick out the major points. Maybe that you can basket those together as the same SR line as this. Support off it. A few dirty tests of that area. But yeah, that area, yeah, $360 basically. Give or take $10. And bucks being dollars. I don't know if you guys say that in America. Bucks for dollars. Maybe that's an Aussie slang term. All right. I think I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you later. Bye.